You're a racist! No, you're a racist. Too late. I called you racist first. I win. Welcome to Society 2016. Much love, Trav here. A world where whoever calls the other party racist first wins. Calling someone racist. Yeah, it's happening for several reasons. If you're in an argument with someone and you can paint them as being tainted, racist, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, whatever, you don't have to deal with their arguments. So we see more and more people, if they don't want to argue, can't deal with an argument, see someone else as a threat, will just call the other person racist, and that becomes the narrative. It's very hard for that person then to turn and say, no, you're racist, because it's like, haha, I already called you that. So what we see is this frenzy of finger pointing, racist, this person's a racist, no, that person is a racist, and the definition of racism gets broadened and broadened and broadened, right? You say something like, the gays, instead of LGBT, and suddenly you're homophobic, right? The is a homophobic, or can be a racist word. Or you see benevolent racism as a thing, like, wow, Jewish people are really, really impressive. Okay, let's take a walk, by the way, because I don't want to have this around these kids coming up. Okay, benevolent you can't even say that you admire a race, right? It's all racist. However, we're about to, and listen to this, what makes it even crazier is it's safer to call someone a racist than to help someone or to say nothing, right? It's not enough to say, to be silent. Like you can be called racist for helping someone, you can be called racist for saying nothing. You actually have to actively be going out and calling people racist so that you aren't labeled a racist yourself, because not only does it shut down your debate, your argument, it shuts down. It can hurt you socially, it can hurt you in business. Damn, look at this place. Damn. Beautiful place to talk about some dumbassery. So who's doing this and how do we stop it? Well, it's coming from, some people would say it's coming from the left. I would say it's coming from these moralistic morons who don't have good arguments. And sure, of course, there's some real racism, but more and more just people are getting labeled this for some dumbassery reasons. However, here's how and why it's going to change pretty soon. If you have 50 people calling, you have 50% of people calling the other 50% of people racist. That other 50% of people doesn't want to be called racist. That's perhaps how it was, I don't know, say 20 years ago. But today, a third of people are calling the other third of people racist, and 1/3 of people have already been labeled racist for, using the word the or something like that. So, basically, when that racist group reaches 50%, then the word loses all meaning. If it's like, what we're seeing is the morons are tossing more and more people out. They're tossing more and more people into the group. They're labeling more and more people. And as soon as that group is 50%, they don't care if the threat's gone. They can just shrug their shoulders and say, what are you talking, bro? What are you tripping, bruh? Right? And that's where we're headed. It's happening faster and faster. You can see this on Twitter that you still can just call random people racist with no ramifications, but that is changing more and more. So, so basically, we're still at a point where whoever calls the other person racist first wins for the most part. That is changing. And will change, and we're going to see a sea change sooner rather than later, because when it goes from 40 to 50%, it's just going to flip on its head. And then the takeaway would be, if you get called this or get labeled this, turning it on them is not very effective in terms of just labeling them. You can point out their hypocrisy but just explaining what they're doing, that they don't want to hear your argument and they're just labeling you. That's more effective because it's also true. It doesn't make sense to play their own game. It's just explain to them what they're doing in plain English. You don't want to address my argument, so you want to disqualify me before and that's not working anymore. And just not care and not apologize and not be sorry about it. So I hope that helps. And I'm excited for the sea change, which is coming. Well, and let me know what you think. Trolls, shit posters. Do you agree with my assessment of how things are changing and where things are going? I see some shit Lord saviors brewing on the interwebs. Twitter and YouTube is where I lurk. So let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And follow me on Snapchat if you haven't done that yet. Travis D. Woo. I be posting some cool shit, bruh. And I'll see you on the webs.